What happens when the strongest heroes and villains clash in epic battles you've never imagined? Welcome to Mythic Battleverse, where legends collide and you decide the victor. Be part of the battle. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and share your ultimate battle ideas in the comments. Let's shape the Mythic Battleverse together.
The cosmos whispered of doom as ancient forces stirred in the shadows of the multiverse. Civilizations, scattered like stardust across countless galaxies, spoke in hushed tones of a reckoning that would reshape existence itself. It began with a warning, a crackling message carried on cosmic winds to the ears of the most advanced beings. Planets were vanishing, consumed by unrelenting destruction. And at the heart of this chaos was a name feared even among the celestial pantheon, Thanos. For years, the mad titan had retreated into solitude, his defeat at the hands of Earth's mightiest heroes leaving him humbled but not broken. Yet defeat did not bring peace. It festered in him like a venom, driving him to pursue an ultimate truth that strength alone could no longer shape the universe's destiny. Power needed evolution, and for Thanos, that meant becoming more than he ever was. He found it deep in the wound of eternity, a forbidden nexus between dimensions where the fabric of reality was weakest. Thanos, donning his reforged armor and carrying a weapon imbued with the energy of collapsed stars, emerged not just as a warlord, but as a being more terrifying, more unstoppable than before. His goal was singular: to finally reshape the multiverse. In his image, a vision forged by absolute conquest. But as whispers of Thanos' ascension spread, a force of nature, long dormant, began to awaken. On the barren world of Sakaar, a pulse echoed in the heart of the gamma-infused champion known to mortals as Bruce Banner. A confrontation had shattered the fragile balance within him, unleashing the world-breaker Hulk, a force of rage and vengeance so potent it could reduce entire worlds to rubble. Earth had long been a battleground for cosmic forces and its protectors, more scars of endless war. Now, with Thanos' armies devouring star systems, Earth faced inevitable doom. Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four calculated the planet's survival chances, less than 1%. Desperate for hope, Earth's heroes sent an interstellar distress signal to every known ally. Most didn't answer, too paralyzed by the looming shadow of Thanos' wrath. But one beacon of hope came from the unlikeliest of saviors. The world-breaker Hulk had sworn never to return to Earth. His rage, the same force that had turned his enemies to ash, had made him an exile. Yet when Banner heard the faint whispers of Earth's suffering through the psychic echoes of Doctor Strange, the fragile tether holding his humanity shattered. Rage, pure and incandescent, roared within him as memories of loss, betrayal and love lost merged with the Hulk's primal fury. He leapt from Sakaar into the void, determined to face the destroyer of worlds. Thanos awaited him, seated upon a throne forged from dying suns in the crimson skies above the desolate planet Nihil Prime. Surrounding him were his elite Black Order and a legion of biomechanical leviathans, creatures of nightmare born from his dark experiments. As Hulk's shadow loomed over the battlefield, the sky cracked with gamma radiance, and a voice that echoed across dimensions bellowed, "Thanos!" The mad titan rose, his presence alone bending the air with oppressive gravity. "Ah, the green beast answers my challenge," Thanos said, his voice a deep rumble of malevolent delight. "Come, Hulk, let us decide which of us truly wields the power of gods." The ground erupted as Hulk launched himself at Thanos, a living comet of fury and strength. Their collision ignited a shockwave that tore through Nihil Prime, reducing entire mountain ranges to dust. Hulk's fists fell like meteors, each blow creating seismic tremors. Thanos countered with unrelenting precision, his strikes honed by millennia of combat. For every crater Hulk carved into the planet, Thanos' counterattacks tore at the Hulk's flesh, his reforged weapons slicing through gamma-infused sinew. Hulk's roars of rage shook the heavens, yet Thanos remained unyielding. "You are a beast, nothing more," Thanos spat, slamming the Hulk with a gravitational shockwave. Hulk, undeterred, clawed his way back to his feet, his rage intensifying as cracks of emerald light began to pulse across his body. As the battle raged, it became clear that neither combatant could easily claim victory. Thanos, with his calculated strikes and overwhelming power, matched Hulk's raw, ever-growing strength, blow for blow. Yet something shifted as the Hulk's fury deepened. The ground beneath his feet turned molten, and his emerald skin began to glow with an almost celestial brilliance. The world breaker was emerging fully, and his rage threatened to consume not just Thanos, but the entire planet. Recognizing the threat, Thanos summoned the full might of his new weapon. With a mighty swing, he channeled the energy of dying stars into a devastating strike, aiming to annihilate the Hulk once and for all. The impact shattered the planet's crust, sending magma spewing into the void. But as the dust cleared, a towering silhouette remained, radiating a gamma-infused aura so intense it distorted the very fabric of reality. Hulk stood unbroken, his eyes blazing with uncontrollable fury. The world breaker had fully awakened, and with it came the promise of unparalleled destruction. Thanos, for the first time in eons, felt a twinge of uncertainty. "You dare challenge inevitability," Thanos growled, gripping his weapon tightly. "I am inevitability." Hulk roared, his voice a deafening storm that tore through the cosmos. As Nihil Prime crumbled beneath their feet, the two titans prepared for a final, cataclysmic clash, a battle that would not only decide their fates, but also shape the destiny of the universe itself. Neither would yield, neither would falter, and as the stars dimmed in anticipation, the cosmos held its breath. Nihil Prime disintegrated beneath the titanic forces tearing it apart. The vacuum of space shimmered with residual energy, as the gamma radiation from Hulk clashed with the cosmic power emanating from Thanos. For the first time in the Mad Titan's existence, his adversary was not simply a creature to be defeated, but a living force of annihilation. Hulk charged, each footstep shattering what remained of the crumbling planet, with a roar that sent ripples. Across the fabric of space, he leapt, swinging his fist with enough force to split moons. Thanos met him mid-air, his reforged weapon absorbing the brunt of the blow, but cracking under its intensity. The collision birthed a blinding explosion, sending both combatants careening into the void. Recovering almost instantly, Thanos hurled his broken weapon aside. His gauntleted hand glowed with energy, conjuring a gravitational storm that compressed the space around Hulk, but the world breaker was no mere mortal. With a surge of power, Hulk tore through the collapsing field, his gamma aura flaring brighter than a supernova. "You've meddled with life and death for too long, Thanos." Hulk's voice thundered, a mix of Bruce Banner's intellect and the Hulk's primal fury. "You think you're a god? I'll show you what happens when a god bleeds." Hulk's fists became hammers of destruction, pummeling Thanos with relentless ferocity. Each blow sent shockwaves that fractured distant asteroids and extinguished stars. Thanos' armor buckled, his indomitable form faltering under the onslaught. Yet, the Mad Titan's resolve remained unbroken. Summoning his inner reserves, he unleashed a torrent of cosmic energy that momentarily halted the Hulk's assault. "You misunderstand, creature," Thanos growled, his voice dripping with menace. "I do not seek to prove godhood. I am inevitability itself. With a wave of his hand, he tore a rift in space, hurling Hulk into the heart of a collapsing star. The immense gravity should have crushed any mortal, but this was no ordinary foe. The star's energy only fueled Hulk's transformation, his body absorbing its power until he erupted from the star's core with a deafening roar. Thanos and Hulk clashed again, their strikes creating ripples that stretched across galaxies. The cosmos itself seemed to tremble as these titans battled with unrelenting determination. But as the fight continued, Thanos began to falter. The gamma radiation emanating from Hulk's body poisoned the air around them, weakening even the mighty Mad Titan. The Hulk, meanwhile, seemed limitless, his strength growing with every passing second. "You feel it, don't you?" Hulk growled, his fists glowing with gamma energy. "This is the end for you." Thanos, battered and bloodied, attempted one final strike, channeling all his remaining power into a single blow. But the Hulk caught his fist, his grip like a vice. With a roar that echoed across dimensions, Hulk unleashed a gamma-infused shockwave that disintegrated Thanos' weapon and sent the Mad Titan crashing into the remnants of Nihil Prime. As Thanos lay defeated, the Worldbreaker loomed over him, his aura pulsing with unmatched fury. "You were inevitable," Hulk said, his voice a mixture of triumph and sorrow. "But so am I." With one final strike, Hulk's fist descended, a blow so powerful it shattered what remained of Nihil Prime and echoed across the stars. When the dust settled, only silence remained. The Mad Titan had fallen, and the cosmos bore witness to the might of the Worldbreaker. As Hulk drifted into the void, his rage slowly subsiding, he knew his battle was far from over. But for now, the universe had been spared from Thanos' tyranny, and in the hearts of those who watched from afar, a single truth emerged: even gods could fall.